Hello YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Behind the Wall presented by Perky Jerky. As always, I'm Thermite917, along with Kane Jr. 88 and Pro Bowl 43. I mean, they're decent guys. I don't know about you, but, they're alright. Anyway, we were at Michigan this weekend for Xfinity and Cup, and damn it, Mother Nature! They shortened both of them. But there was still enough action to talk about. Tyler, how about you recap the Cup race?
I certainly will do so, Nick. The Firekeepers Casino 400 in Michigan was delayed several hours to begin with. The race was supposed to start at whatever 2-ish time, but it didn't even get going until after 4. And pole sitter Kurt Busch stormed away, led first little bit until the competition caution came out, lap 25. And he still led after that until a small little incident between Bubba Wallace and David Reagan, where Bubba got loose, whacked into David Reagan, and to David Reagan's day, but Bubba kept on going. And they resumed to green, and about 20 or so laps after that, Matt Kenseth just decided to have another day from hell, and whatever, lost the tire, spun out. Just real weirdness right there. But that was another yellow. That set up a one-lap shootout to end Stage 1, and that's where Ryan Blaney got the win. Casey Kane ended up taking 2 tires on the pit stop and came out with the lead. There's a sight you thought you'd never see in 2018. But he actually held on to it for 11 total laps on the day because there was a short quickie caution after that for Daniel Suarez losing his shit underneath Paul Menard, spinning himself out, but no harm, no foul. After the race got going again, Kevin Harvick blew right by Casey Kane on the restart and led for a little while until Kyle Larson spun out all on his own. Paul Menard ended up taking 2 tires after Kyle Larson spin and inherited the lead. But it didn't happen for long as Kevin Harvick blew right by him and led for the remainder of Stage 2 and got the win. Then Casey Kane decided, let's just go ahead and stay out once again, and he led the way for just a wee bit at the start of Stage 3, but fell back rather quickly. And then he found himself involved in a little incident with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He gained dramatically on him in turn 1, and I mean, Casey Kane doesn't gain on race cars. It's not a thing for him anymore, and all of a sudden just runs right into Ricky Stenhouse. Ricky Stenhouse tracks up the hill, hits the damn wall, and that is yet another caution. We didn't know rain was threatening, and Clint Bowyer had found himself into the lead after taking 2 tires. He was up there and held off Kevin Harvick on the restart, and that proved to be the winning move as the race was halted for rain, eventually red flagged and called shortly after. 67 laps short of the finish. So Clint is my Bowyer. Gets the second win of the season for him in his 14 group. His 10th career win overall. Kevin Harvick finished in 2nd. Kurt Busch in 3rd. So that was a 1-2-3 for Stewart-Haas Racing. Kyle Busch in 4th. And Paul Menard rounded out the top 5. Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, and Jamie McMurray are the rest of your top 10 finishers in a race that lasted only 133 laps. 29 people finished on the lead lap, and the race was just slightly over 2 hours in length. And obviously, it finished under rain. Mother Nature wins, but Clint Bowyer also won. So now it's time to give out some race ratings. Kane, we have not heard from you yet. Give us your rating.
Well, to be honest, the only real excitement from today was on the restarts. Otherwise, it was pretty much just all single-file racing for most of the day. So I'm going to give this race 5. If Bowyer hadn't won, if it had been Harvick or Kyle Busch or what have you, it would probably gotten a 4. But I think Bowyer winning definitely improved my rating a little bit. Obviously, I would have preferred the race gone the whole distance instead of, goddamn Mother Nature going and ruining the show again. So, it's a 5 for me. Thermite?
Okay, yeah, I'll give it a 5 as well. I'll be a little more optimistic than you. I mean, yeah, they were single file for a lot of it because it's a one-groove track in the turns. But, I mean, there was still some passing here and there, maybe not for the lead, but it still looked like it was kind of tough out there. There were a couple cars that spun on their own, like Kyle Larson and Bubba Wallace getting loose under David Reagan. It really sucked that it couldn't go the distance, but I mean, I guess we saw all we had to see. Who knows if anything else was really going to happen. But I mean, it wasn't the worst Michigan race, but it was far from the best. So hopefully this track can wear down a little more so we can get some more grooves, and then we'll start to see some real action. Tyler?
Yeah, a hell of a review right there. I don't think that I can say anything else that adds to that, really. You saw kind of everything you needed to see in 133 laps, and quite frankly, it could have filtered out some of the boringness. So to give an actual full rating, I'll just go right down the board with you guys, 5 out of 10. It could have been worse had it stayed green. It could have been better. Who knows? It's disappointing, too, with the rain. Mother Nature, as I said, won, and whatever. I mean, we just put this in the books. Move on to the next race. Obviously, we got an off week coming here. Clint Boyer winning. I'm perfectly happy with that. And if it had been somebody else, it probably would have left a little more sour taste for the next couple of weeks until they come back at Sonoma. And so, whatever. I'm good with it. Done. I got nothing more to say. That's it. Michigan's in the books. The trucks raced in Texas this weekend, and you know damn well what that means. Where did Cody Coughlin finish? Oh, man. Big ol' Andy's Mint came home with an 8th place finish after starting 14th. So, normally we'd have a little Jagsabration here, but we're going to reduce that roll from now on. We're going to be saving those for top 5 finishes because that's a real rare occurrence, especially, Cody Coughlin. Come on, he doesn't get top 5s. So from now on, top 10 finishes are going to be known as Jags Picnics! Jags! Picnic!
Jags!
Jags!
Picnic!
Picnic!
Just a little picnic, small celebration. We'll have sandwiches. That is if Cody doesn't get there first, so,
Too late, he did.
Son of a
Cody.
bitch. But you know what? An 8th place finish for Cody. He was not as happy this weekend as you normally would see. Like, he's just his little old jolly self, and he'll try to make the best out of anything, but, he was pretty salty, kind of, during his qualifying effort. Just wasn't really happy. Nick, you knew. You saw him.
Yeah, I mean, he was all confident he might get the pole, and then he qualifies 14th. And he's like, man, I thought we were going to do better than that, but, whatever. I mean, maybe we'll be first to the motorhome.
Yeah, well, Cody isn't first in anything, and he needs to slow his roll there, player. But getting into the race itself, he ended up falling 2 laps behind once he had a loose wheel after one of the stage breaks, and it was loose. He lost 2 laps in that, but he ended up somehow getting them all back and fought his way back to the top 10, finishing in 8th place. And then after the race, something very un-Cody Coughlin-like on Twitter. Look at this since-deleted tweet from Cody. Let's have a reading. Terrible handling tonight. Pit crew cost us bad tonight. And the people that drive me like crap every week, you'll start ending up on the record. Somehow still a top 8. Did Kyle Busch write that tweet? Holy shit, Cody. Damn. Mr. Coughlin wasn't playing around, but obviously, I'm sure old daddy came over and he's like, all right, listen now, boy. You ain't gonna be posting that on Twitter. You delete that. And then he's like, yes, daddy. That's what happened. He deleted it. And then, of course, typical Cody Coughlin fashion, he had to pump out his little classic statement. It was definitely great to get another top 10 finish tonight. Our Jags 2 Flying Eyes / Jag Chevrolet Silverado team worked together to rally against some difficulties early on. And we were able to finish strong. We'll get that W. Oh, man. Cody, you had me roped in, and then you said that. I can't take you seriously no more. I'm not even reading any more of this shit. You finished 8th. Stop it. And, while we're proud of you, this was definitely a turning point in Cody Coughlin's, mental evaluation. So, wow. There's only one thing left to say. Oh, Jags!
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 Picnic.
Picnic. See you at the picnic, Cody. Don't wall up the salt at my head. Leave that for your tweet.
He was quite a salt shaker.
That is true. But see you in Iowa, bitch.
Bitch!
Jags, bitch!
Okay, now it's time to hand out some awards for the Michigan race weekend, and leading off with the classic boner of the week. Kane, you know who it is. Deliver the boner.
It is Elliott Sadler, who wrecked himself during the Xfinity race while fighting for a top 5. He thought that Alex Bowman was going to give him plenty of room up on the high side, but he didn't, and instead got himself turned right into the outside wall, and he wasn't too happy about it. In fact, he went and blamed Bowman for the whole incident when it was clearly Elliott's fault. In fact, Elliott was so pissed off that he actually rammed Bowman's car under caution and did a pretty good number to hit to Bowman as well. In fact, that actually ruined Bowman's chances of a top 10 finish. He ended up finishing 21st as a result of that. But, yeah, Sadler actually finished 30th. This is his first finish outside the top 10 all season in the Xfinity Series. Now, originally we were going to give him the crying towel for this incident, but after the race he talked to Bowman and he accepted the blame for the whole incident. So we're going to give him the boner this week. Elliott, I like you, man, but you got to stop bitching and moaning about this crap, man. You're a veteran. You're supposed to be setting an example for these young kids. Do a better job of it next time. God, next award.
Next award is Hello Goodbye! And that goes to Garrett Smithley, who made his first career Cup start for Starcom. Good choice of team there. But, I mean, it didn't last long. He ran one lap and broke the transmission. I don't know if he missed a shift or the car just didn't feel like racing, but that Victory Lane car, it did not even get close to Victory Lane. It probably shouldn't even showed up at the track. But, I mean, I guess he was still happy. I mean, he just seems like a happy guy. He's like Cody, but he has more realistic expectations, maybe? So, welcome to Cup, bitch! Next award.
The next award is Weekend from Hell! And that goes to the Michigan race fans, particularly the ones that showed up on both days, because they had to sit there through hours of delays and obviously the rain all day long for both Saturday and Sunday, and they were there to see two shortened races. Holy hell. I have been to my fair share of races at Charlotte where they have been delayed, or they had to come back the next day, or shit like that. So I have plenty of experience, and I know the just sheer pain of having to sit there, and even just in general, anybody can feel it. Like, you have to just wait and waste time for nothing. And that's what Mother Nature did to these poor people this weekend, and they did it twice. We don't appreciate that. You fucking hooah! Just had to throw that out there. Don't like you, Mother Nature. Stop it. You made this experience for these people so poor. No! Stop that now! Next award.
Oh, the next award is another classic award. It's the Train Jacket Award! And it goes to all the lap cars in the truck race. They are so freaking slow! I mean, let's take a look at Norm Benning, Jennifer Joe Cobb, and Corbin Forrester, for instance. They wouldn't get out of the damn way of the leaders. They need to frickin' park the shitbox and get off the damn track. Lappers, you must be freaking crazy. If you think you running the full race is gonna be absolutely worth it, well, it's not, because all you're doing is screwing over the leaders. Oh my God, stop it. Stop it, please. Stop that now. And a dishonorable mention in the IndyCar race to Ed Carpenter and Zachary Clackery DeMello, because they did the exact same thing. Now, granted, DeMello wasn't a lap car, but he was sure acting like one. You guys must be freaking crazy. God damn it. Next award.
It wasn't that bad, but okay.
Yeah.
I'm a little frightened.
Passion by Kane!
Yeah. Cane passion fruit. Chevy.
Well, hold on a second. Before we forget, we actually have another
Train Jacket Award!
And that goes to NASCAR for their absolutely awful caution that they called late in the truck race. This caution, which came around 10 laps to go or so, totally changed the complexion of the race. They were having maybe a potential fuel mileage battle, and all of a sudden Brett Moffitt, who's having an awful night, just gets up out of the groove in 1 and 2, but never hits the wall, doesn't spin out, doesn't nothing. And they throw the yellow. The morons up there getting freaking trigger happy on the little caution light, and they want to go ahead and throw it for that. Are you kidding me? Totally changes the race, and we know for a fact now that Johnny Sauter would not have made it had that caution never come out, and who knows who could have won. Hell, Tyler Young could have won the race. NASCAR, you must be freaking crazy if you think you're going to continue calling bullshit cautions like that. Don't do this. Come on. Oh, man, so close to having a naturally played out finish, and you blew it. Thanks a lot, NASCAR. Next award.
Well, it's about that time for some cigars, and we have kind of a bunch this week. We'll start off with the trucks. Johnny frickin' Sauter, also known as the Harvick of the Truck Series. He got his 4th win of the season already, and as you know, the trucks have less races than Cubs, so that's just as impressive as what Harvick's been doing. Didn't really dominate, but was just there when it counted with right strategy, and wins his 5th ever race at Texas, so holy crap. And then you got Stuart Friesen. He won the pole and finished 2nd. Probably had the best truck, but had some, I guess you could say, the wrong strategy call in stage 2, going into one of the stages. I forgot which one. But it didn't work out for him. He was pretty disappointed in his interview, but he'll get a win soon. I mean, he's just really great, especially at these 1.5 miles. So good job for him. Justin Mangirl Haley finished 3rd. He was just kind of there. He had a interesting call that got him up there, and he came home 3rd in the Fraternal Order of Eagles Chevrolet for also GMS. And then Tyler Young somehow came home 7th. Didn't really even see him in the race, but good job for him. Nice to see the underdogs having a good run. So, Tyler, let's finish off these cigars.
You sure will, and now we're moving to the Xfinity race in Michigan, and the first cigar goes to Ryan Reed, who finished 4th. Wow, he didn't wreck? Holy shit! Especially in a package like that, you sure as hell thought that Ryan Reed would wreck, but he didn't. And, hell, he was even up there at the front, battling. That's only like his 3rd top 5 at a non-restrictor plate track, so that's pretty good. The next cigar goes to Kaz Grala, and even though he finished outside the top 10 with 12th, he had an insane race. He started last, and he came from the back to the front on 2 separate occasions, and even found himself in the lead, potentially looking like if the rain had came, he could have won the race. So, just a really solid outing for that team. And if it wouldn't have been for Austin Dillon moving him out of the way, he could have potentially stayed up there in the top 5, or at least got a top 10. Either way, good job, Kaz. Now we move to the Cup race, and the first cigar obviously goes to Clint Boyer and Mike Bogoravich for a hell of a call. Great strategy to put on 2 tires, get the track position, and a great final restart from Clint Boyer to just beat Kevin Harvick before the rain came. Gets a 2nd win in 2018. Blah, blah, blah. You already know. Hell of a job. Way to go, Clint, my boy. Sip on some champagne. And the final cigar goes to Paul Menard, who finished 5th and not 16th like he typically likes to be in. Another case of good strategy. He got the track position, stayed up there, and got himself a top 5. Nice little rare occurrence for old Paul. And now we have one final award. Boy, what could this possibly be, Kane? Fill us in.
Well, it's not quite a crying towel. It's more of a crying bid. And it goes to our favorite recipient of all time. That's right, Kyle Busch had another blow-up on the radio today during the Cup race where he was cussing out Joey Logano, saying, if that son of a bitch wrecks me again, he's going to get it. It's on.
Go tell the 22 if he swipes my rear bumper again and tries to fence me, it's on. God.
Oh, Kyle, you need your beer? Here, take it. Joey is so mean for actually racing? How awful! Come on, Kyle. You don't like it when somebody bumps you in the rear, huh? You don't like getting bump drafted in a non-restrictor plate track? Oh my God, Kyle, you big crybaby!
Get your bib, Kyle. Get your clean up your gerbil applesauce. Get your bib, bitch.
Bitch!
Get your bitch, bib. Bib, bitch. Snickers.
Snickers, bitch, bib.
Snickers, bitch, bib. Sour Skittles, bitch, bib.
Oh, it's always fun picking on Kyle. He does it to himself. Thanks for the clip, bitch.
Bitch!
Thank you, Kane. Let's move on. Well, we had a few good-looking paint schemes this week, so check out the paint scheme montage for the weekend. as always, we have some worst paint schemes of the week. So we're going to start off with one from the Xfinity series. And this is not something you typically see. Kyle Busch. Look at this. It's number 18 Maltesers Toyota plain red car with just little doblets of candy. And that's what Maltesers is. I had to look this shit up. I didn't even know what it is. There's something for British candy that have all of a sudden popped up in the U.S. and Mars is like, oh, let's go ahead and promote Maltesers. So what the hell is Maltesers? Maltesers consist of a spheroid malted milk center surrounded by milk chocolate. They're in a variety of packaging including plastic bags, large cardboard boxes, and tubes, and even plastic buckets, ranging in size from medium to very large. That's my horrible British accent to talk about this shit. I don't want your candy. Leave it in Britain. And take this car and find a dumpster for it. It's not good, okay? Take your little red and your shit droplets and leave. Or else I'll find a ficus. Oh, I just brought that out early. That's right. You're gonna need a new one. Because I already pissed on the old one. Don't do this again. Next paint scheme.
Oh man, Chase Elliott's back, and Hendrick. What else is new? He's got a new little Caesars car this year, but it follows the same formula as his Mountain Dew and Baja Blast cars. You got the orange pinstripes and the white base, but wait, where's the sexy base color? The orange is nice, but it's not the base, and it really kind of takes away from it. Not to mention that you got the kind of weirdly low-placed Mountain Dew logo. You got the giant Napa logo on the rear quarter panel. And then what's going on around the back? First of all, you got the white kind of going around the tire. It's like the tire has some kind of force field, and the paint scheme can't touch it. But then you get to the rear of the car, and the white with the outline kind of curves around nicely to make it seem like they're not being lazy, and they have the black next to it. Okay, that's nice. But the black cuts off. What's going on? I don't care if I can get a free 2-liter with every pizza or whatever. The black should have continued around to the rear of the car. Don't just put the orange there just to do it. Either do it right or don't do it at all. But this is Hendrick cars. I forgot. God dang it. And then you got the A-pillar spike like always. Ah!
That was fucking perfect.
Next.
Alright, and our final bad paint scheme for the week is Chris Buescher's Scott Comfort Plus Chevrolet. Yep, obviously it's got the usual JTG Doherty sponsor slappage all over the rear fender. You get your Kleenex Briars Viva Crisco. But then, what the hell kind of base is this? I mean, what? Is it supposed to be like the design you find on a box of Kleenex or something? Because it just seems all random. And then, what the, is that supposed to be paper towel in the white there? I am literally just now noticing that. Why? It just looks so random, It's like, obviously it's a JTG car, so it's already shit with the sponsor slappage, but damn! You couldn't have done a better job. I mean, if you gotten rid of the stinking paper towel on the side, it might have looked better, but no, because it's paper towels, you gotta have a big old paper towel design all over the car, just like it got TP'd on Halloween night. Jesus Christ!
Oh, man, and even these pink numbers are making me pissed off. Like, I just don't like it. It looks like it's a blossom of bullshit, is what it is. Get your Scott paper towels and keep them on the rack at Walmart, and nobody buys them because they suck.
You mean Kroger?
Whatever. Wherever they're at, they're gonna sit on the shelf.
Look at the million sponsors they have on the deck lid too.
It's like they don't have enough logos. Like, their logo guy literally just like prints. I mean, these type of people, they waste trees. And I don't even know if it's a direct cause, but we're gonna still blame them anyways. They are causing global warming.
That's why we piss on ficuses, because they're not real. Usually. Sometimes.
Yeah, whatever.
Are all ficuses plastic or just mine?
Shit if I know, man. Either way, they've got them in their office. I don't care. They're gonna die or just have a puddle of piss sitting in the bucket. So, stop it. Poor paint schemes. Bye!
Bye!
Later.
Alright, now it's time to recap the fantasy results and picks from Michigan. And Kane, once again, is your fantasy winner after picking Kyle Busch, who finished 4th and got 40 points. But wait a second here. I also got 40 points after picking Brad Keselowski, who finished 6th, and I believe that is the first ever time that we have had a tie for the win in a fantasy week. But Kane does get the technical win because Kyle Busch finished better. So, wow, that's interesting. And Damani comes home in 3rd after picking Martin Truex Jr., who finished 18th and got 19 points. And Nick sucks to suck. Picked Kyle Larson, who finished 28th and got one less point than Damani did with just 18. So that means he goes first for picking for Sonoma. And we're picking a couple weeks early, but, well, deal with it. Nick, who you taking?
I'm going with Kevin Harvick.
Ah, horse shit!
He's won there before. He's always strong at the road courses. He's won a lot this year. He's in a Ford. Everything's going right, so why would you not pick Harvick? We didn't at Michigan. That was a mistake, but I think he's going to do well at Sonoma. Damani.
Yeah, what for shitty pick are you going to make?
You suck, you jackass.
I'm up next, and I'm going to pick old Rowdy Busch.
You are nothing but a piece of crap.
Yeah, he's won there a couple times. Go there and finish in the top 5, or win, wreck my day, or crash and wreck my day. Either way, that's who I'm picking. Kane, I stole your favorite pick, but you wouldn't have been able to pick him anyways. So who you taking for the road course?
Well, he won the last road course race, and he's won at Sonoma before. I'm going to pick Martin Truex Jr.
Nice shooting.
No explanation needed.
That's been Kane. That's like Kane the last several fantasies. It's like, I'm going to pick who I'm going to pick, and I'm not explaining it. So,
Well, do I really have to?
you do not have to. We get it. We don't even have to anymore, really. It's pretty obvious, so. Okay, we're going to move on. Alright, well that wraps up yet again another wonderful episode of Behind the Wall, presented by Perky Jerky. We appreciate you for listening. So, for Damani HD, late on his fantasy as always. For Kane Jr. 88, burps a lot with a DQ and a Bush. For Termite 917, this guy, I say a lot, but I really don't like him. And for myself, Pro Bowl 43, I don't like Thermite 917. He doesn't like me either. See? So yeah, that sums it up. We don't like each other. So this has been Behind the Wall. You've been Behind the Wall. And thank you for listening. Like, Kane, what are you doing? Shut up!
I went outside to go grab him. Get my Baja Blast from my car.
You have to keep Baja Blast in your car?
No, I just bought it. I just bought it because I had to go to the convenience store to grab some ice, so.
You mean Dairy Queen?
No, not Dairy Queen.
They probably know you by, like, middle name there.
Oh, that's good.
So is that all it's going to be now with me? Is Dairy Queen jokes?
I mean,
Well.
if you wanna.
Well, I'd
Give us
rather
something
not, but whatever.
We don't have much else to go off of but Dairy Queen.
True. I mean, that's your spot, man. Give us something different, and then we'll change it.
Well, that's the whole reason we have restaurants now is our chat theme.
Well, yeah. You're Dairy Queen. There's a reason you're Dairy Queen, because you're always at the DQ.
Well, no, that's the whole thing. That's the whole reason we changed it so you guys can start calling me that.
But you're always there, though. Don't give me that shit.
Not lately. Not
Bullshit,
lately,
you were there
man.
twice last weekend, you liar.
Sunday?
Yeah, last weekend. That's what I'm saying. Last Sunday, you were at the fucking whatever Choo Choo Fair, and then you're like, oh, hey, let's go to Dairy Queen then, and then you went to Dairy Queen
Choo-choo
again.
fair?
I don't know what you were at.
Okay, first of all, the Choo Choo Fair was this weekend, and I wasn't at it. So
Oh, bullshit, you were there too.
no, I wasn't. I was not.
Yes, you were. Did you hear that?
Yeah. Didn't go to Dairy Queen my ass.
I swear I didn't.
Yeah, you just ate like 3 pizzas or something.
You know, right? You're over here fucking like burping and trying to upchuck a chicken finger. Oh god.
Man, a Nutri-Triumph chew.
Real chicken
look
and
like a
pork
dog?
skin chew. Yeah.
Well, you let your dog lick your Dairy Queen cups, so
Ooh.
you probably share his Nutri-Triumphs.
You guys have a great relationship. Anyhow, let me finish my rating, please. At lap number 20. At lap number 20.
5.
What the? Yeah, thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I knew it. I was just gonna get there.
Get there faster.
Don't push me, Nick. Don't push me.
Push.
Until... Man, he really was a Jags bitch. He probably got the switch from Daddy. What?
Good thing we barely finished that.
Yeah, we did finish that. Now what the fuck am I hearing here?
Kane spontaneously had to watch a video right now. Or
You're fucking playing Heat 2, right? That's
yeah,
a
he's
Heat
doing
2
his little
career
lightning
mode
challenge.
or something. God damn it, Kane. The next award is Weekend. Had to throw in a bitch there to Garrett Smith. They're like, hey, bitch. Welcome to Cup, bitch. Enjoy your 39th, bitch.
It sucks. You're gonna love it.
Thank you, Kane.
Held off a few guys in his little patriotic FOEW whatever truck, the Eagles. That didn't work out.
Hell no, it didn't.
So,
But apparently there's some for British Camry. British Camry.
That's literally what it is.
Yes, it's a British Camry. Fuck you, Nick. You dirty piece of shit. You have no response to that, therefore I win.
I'll respond when you're least expecting it.
Uh-huh.
You dirty bitch. That wasn't it.
I don't believe you, honestly, because your lame comeback attempts, that doesn't surprise me.